All right, y'all. Welcome to what is basically the first edition of the Desert Venom Arizona Diamondbacks podcast, aka for short, the Desert Venom podcast. Got a couple of things to go over at the present moment. For one, damn it, I gotta turn my control on. For one, the last three games, the last game of the St. Louis series and the first two games of the Mets series, I lost the footage to them. There's nothing I could do about it. I accidentally deleted it thinking I had it on my computer. I don't. It's not the end of the world, but as you can see, we lost all three games by pretty close margins, too. See, we lost by 3 on Sunday, by 3 again on Monday, Memorial Day, and June 1st, we lost by 1. In the next video, you will see the June 2nd game, and then more than likely the draft. But right now, I'm going to touch on the trade block. Got to take a look at it. There are some guys that I have looked at that I think could really help the team as soon as I can actually get to the damn screen. Oh my goodness, where is trade block? Is for trade. Oh my goodness, I still getting used to the screens of this, and it's been like 2 months we've had the game. Anyhow, let's view the trade block. Actually, we're gonna look at our trade block first. We begin with the first player, Nick Ahmed, 81 overall. You might be surprised why I'm even putting him up here, though I had mentioned it many a times. He does not hit right-handers. Now, I know teams like the Dodgers, the Padres, the Giants, they all have at least one lefty starter, and I can't seem to play him against them. Now, I might sometimes make the mistake of having Ahmed playing, but he can't play. You can still see the numbers above my head, even though you can't see the bars. It is what it is. But yeah, he's damn good against lefties, but against righties, like again, 49 I can't do anything with. Defensively, if Tim LeCastro weren't as fast as he was, Nick Ahmed would be starting. Other than that, I mean, he's highly durable, so I expect to get something good for him. He plays second and third base. Again, great defensively. 92 fielding, 70 arm, 69 accuracy with 96 reaction. So he's basically getting to whatever is in his vicinity. If it's in his vicinity or even a bit further out, he's going to get to it. Not the fastest, but that's okay. On the year, he's batting .261, but he's only played 29 games with 69 plate appearances, 69 at-bats at that. 18 hits to show for it, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, 3 walks, 12 Ks. Like, I'm not too really concerned about the walks and Ks because, again, he didn't play a ton. The slugging is a .435 for a guy that doesn't play very often, and 292 on base percentage. Obviously, that's got more to do with me playing than him, the player himself. And his contract, he's 31, and we owe him $17.4 million after this year. I don't want to really pay for a guy that's not really going to play a ton. I mean, I could shuffle things around if say we find somebody else to Castro, but Castro is such a rarity in speed that I can't see myself trading him. Next up, though I may have stated this early in the beginning of the series, Madison Bumgarner, his contract doesn't hurt us too much when you look at it. I mean, like, he's not, listen, this isn't Giancarlo Stanton, but he hasn't been that great. He's 4-3 on the season, a 4.03 ERA, which is average. His pitching WAR is a 1. His FIP is a 5.06, so he's actually, his ERA is better than what he may actually be pitching at this point in time. I don't want to pay, what is this, 38.5, $54 million over the next 3 years. I might be able to muster it for another year, but again, he does not throw hard. He's never been a hard thrower. And I just don't know. Like, if he's not really mixing things up, if he's not getting guys out, which he is not. He's only got 35 strikeouts in 67 innings, which, I mean, looking at the rest of his yearly numbers, I mean, granted, this is not the same Bumgarner from San Francisco. I might trade him. Actually, I more than likely will trade him. It's just a matter of what can I get back for him. I'm not expecting a ton due to the contract. I may have David Peralta on here, but I can't say that I'm really looking to trade him. Let's be real. He's been our best hitter the whole season. 309 average, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs. The only other player that could take that mantle of best player playing thus far is probably Ketel Marte, as he's driven in more runs than, say, Peralta. Peralta leads the team in hits. He's got the doubles. I mean, he's 33, and we only owe him $7.3 million next year. We could try to just pack him up and get whatever we can at this point. We are about, 20 games out of first place starting June. He does not have an arm like that, but he does hit righties. He hits lefties somewhat. As you can see, he's going up +2 points in lefty contact. He's clutch, 97 rating. Holy smokes, I did not think it was that high. He could probably stand to use a lot more of that in some of these later games. Hell, I wish he could pitch, but he can't. Next up, Joakim Soria, who we have not seen a ton of this year. I get that he is the position of closer, but I haven't had him as closer. He's blown a save, and he hasn't pitched much. He's 36. I think I'm gonna try to push him off for some kind of prospects, if anything. Or, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna DFA him at this point in time. He's got a bunch of pitches that will throw batters off by a lot. 92 on the fastball, 87 on the changeup, 71 curveball, 77 slider. Like, some team who might need a vet closer or a vet setup guy, as we have him now, he's our setup man. I think they may want to look at that. We're not paying him much, $3.5 million. He's just going to get worse. Let's be for real. Cole Calhoun is a guy that I'm really looking to probably get rid of. Not that he's bad. He is our best righty power hitter, probably by far. He's only batting .241. His contract, he's $8 million. I mean, I get that I could just let him go in the offseason and not really have to worry about it. Again, another one I'm going to try to get as much. Right behind me, you can't see it. Sniper, he's got a deadly arm accuracy. Road warrior, plays well on the road, hits breaking balls, situational hitter, day player. He's not our starter, though. Now, I will admit I'm probably looking outfield at this point in time. Just to replace him and move Pavin Smith either to first, more likely back down to the minors. We'll see how things play out at this point. There's Drupal Cabrera. Point blank, he's 35 years old. 35 years old, he's getting worse. Not that much worse. No, at least not that quickly. He's a switch hitter, so, I'll give him that. 180 batting average. What are we going to do? We can't do anything with that. Like, you're not getting on base. You're getting at a 24.2 clip. I mean, you strike out. Strikeouts aren't too bad. Granted, you've played pretty much every game. Your contract isn't that bad either, so somebody's going to scoop you up. For such a cheap price, for maybe a team looking for a late playoff push, maybe not even a late playoff push. We're not even at the middle of the season, and somebody is going to want that, I'm sure. Again, he hits lefties better than righties. He's a switch hitter. He's pretty clutch. Could field fairly well. He's normally a second baseman, which could explain some of the whips he's had at third. Escobar's our normal third baseman. So, if I can find a third baseman on the trade block, because that's how I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to trade, based off the trade block for the... Sorry, it's hot. So yeah, I'm going to do that. As we keep going down, Stephon Crichton, you've seen how badly he's blown games. And I just don't think it's going to get any better in the foreseeable future. I like the stuff that he has. It's not translating It's not translating to getting saves. Now, he is 1-4 as a for his record. I think some of that has to do with the blown saves. He's blown 5 of them, so he's 13 of 18. Somebody do the math, and y'all can figure out what the numbers are for that. He's given up 15 runs in 19 in the third innings. He has struck out 19 and given up only 7 walks. His ERA is near 7. And for an offensive team that we have that just does not score, or not score that often, we need more from him. 8.84 Ks per 9 is, I guess, all right, but he's a closer. You expect that closer to 10. His walks per 9 is at a 3.26. He gives up almost 2 home runs per 9, as you've seen. What is it? I think he's done it against Miami and Washington. I think one other team he's probably blown a save against. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't see him getting any better. Of course, that potential doesn't do him any favors. Stephen Vogt, honestly, he's probably going to get DFA'd. I could trade him and maybe get something, but there might be no point. I might just cut him and just call somebody else up from the catcher position. Batting 103. He's not playing a ton. Hell, he lost his starter job a long time ago. 3.5 million. Somebody might want him, but somebody gonna want him. I know it ain't us though. Ryan Buchter, another older veteran reliever. I mean, I know I've got him under at least arbitration for another year. I just don't see myself paying him the 9.25 thousand you see up there again for another year, or even 80% of that. It's 2-2. I don't know if that really means. It doesn't mean much for a reliever. He's got a 5.23 ERA, which is about average. His only off-speed pitch is a sweeping curve. I wish it were a changeup. Might make him look a little better, but nothing I can do about that. Hit and K per 9 are solid, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna try to move him, just try to get the team younger for real. Let's see, and there's one more player I definitely John Duplantier. I know he's a young prospect. I know he's an A prospect. He's 24. Could see himself at the majors maybe next year. But I might need to bait a team into maybe taking a contract like Madison Bumgarner by throwing in an A prospect to get something back. I like his stuff. I think I might have played with him once in the minors thus far. I don't think he did too shabby. He's currently 2-4 in 9 games. He's got a 3.10 ERA. Again, not pitching the best, but not pitching the worst. We could probably stand to let him stay. And there aren't too many more young pitchers in the minors at this point, as Tyler Gilbert is injured, though I don't know how much. I mean, he's only out a couple days. I don't know how much we'll get out of him. Taylor Widener, 26. He's got the velo. He might blow some pitches by guys, which might get him over if we call him up later in the year. Roberto Mejia, Again, not a whole lot here. Some of these guys are just double A fodder at the moment. We need to really turn over the entire minor league system at this point. But Jackson Goddard is here. He's not too shabby. He's 23. I'd like to see him get a bit better before we ever call him up. Josh Green is out for a couple. As far as the catcher position, we got Dominic Moroglio. He's okay. Rene Martinez, he's not even field, but yeah. Oh, Pavin Smith, again, he might get traded. He hasn't been too shabby, but I feel like this team is just a bunch of average to maybe above average kind of guys that just need some fire under their asses. And if we can get some kind of fire under their asses, of the guys that we're going to keep, guys like a Zach Gallen, guys like a Christian Walker for maybe another year, Tim LeCastro, Peralta, I'm pretty sure I'll keep him. Again, he's only on a 2-year contract, not worth a whole lot. And he's actually producing Yeah, yeah. I just, as you can see, the positions I'm seeking, this is only tentative. I can change this up. I feel like there's more than likely going to move right after the draft. Relief pitcher, we definitely need a closer. Though I did look into free agents, and I did see a young guy. I might sign him. I might sign him and send him to AAA, or just sign him outright and just see what he can do for us at the major league level. I don't think he has any service time. I mean, that's whatever. Catcher, definitely. Third base and shortstop. Again, actually, I shouldn't put shortstop. We're fine at shortstop. I'm going to put right field just for shits and gigs. But yeah, those are the guys on our trade block that I'm looking to move. The next one will be, what guys I see on the opposing teams or the other 29 teams trade block, so that maybe we might be able to make a move depending on what we see there. This is Rainbow, State of the Franchise Gaming. Peace out.